This is our kitchen. We love the round kitchen because when I was born, I grew up in a round kitchen, a round randavel, where we sit in the circle. That is the kitchen of Vavenda. We sit in the circle in our kitchen, and the fire is at the center. Then at this home, I say, my life is determined by Mupo. When I have a need, Mupo will give it. I was blessed to have this kind of kitchen. And this kitchen, we made it for dialogue, where we sit and do the Mupo dialogue here. We also enjoy the food which is cooked here. When we have occasions, when we have gatherings of Tomalamopo, we enjoy to cook here and take the food to the place of the meeting. And the food here, we cook the food which we are learning from our grandparents, our grandmothers, the food which we harvest from the forest, from our cultivated land. We go to the elder women and teach us how to prepare them. We have a Mopo school, even though we don't want to call it a school, but it's a Mopo learning classes. Children, girls, and boys, we gather in different communities and do dialogue about seed and food systems. Because seed and food systems is a holistic to Mopo. It's not about to take food to prepare it and eat. We need to know the whole flow of origin and flow of blossoming, the flow of bearing, the flow of harvesting, the flow of preparations, the flow of how do we eat. We eat together, we put the seed, the food at the center, and we enjoy there, sitting at the center. And we want to bring that because in my age, we grow in that way. In every community of Zomalampo, we have these dialogues. We learn the food from the forest. And we don't go to learn to the food which is already blossom or the food which is already ready to be picked. We learn the cycle of seed. We learn the ecological flow of seasons. And we learn the interconnection, the interplay with the seed, the soil, the rocks, the trees, the rain, the season, the moon, because Mupo is guided by the moon. We learn all this until we put the food here to cook. We have the knowledge about that seed. We learn the knowledge about that food. We deepen the sacredness of food because among our vendor people, seed is not for cultivating and planting and harvest. Food is a very spiritual element. That's why when the baby is born, we take the seed and plant it at the gate. When the baby grow up and go to initiation school, when they come back, we shower them by seed. When they go to get and grown up and get married, the Makazi, who is the woman who holds the blessing capacity, bless them by seed. When you grow up, when you die, they put the seed on top of your grave. Seed is our cycle of life. Before we eat seed, seed is interplay for a way of life. When we go to plant, we have ceremony to first do the harmony way of requesting rain, requesting the good growth, requesting a good harvest. And when they are ripe, so that we can pick the fresh one to eat, we first do ceremony to thank our ancestral spirit that they have blessed. We store this, we eat. We always thank, give thanks, give thanks. That is the cycle of food. That's why it's difficult for us to eat the food which we do not know where does it come from. We are growing in the deep domination of dominating times for the other new way life of modernity. But that modernity, we sit and do dialogue around it. This is what we say ecological mapping of the present systems. And this is where you cannot just say to a child, don't do this to yield. We sit with the young people and they learn about the ecological mapping of the present, of the past systems. Elders share their experience and we map. Then to learn about how do we deal with the modernity, we do the ecological calendar of the present so that we see the gap. From there, we do the future calendar. What is that we can keep it from the past to go on? What is there in the present which we can bring alternative on it? To accompany good way of living so that younger generation, youth and children, to find a home because they are seeking home. They want home. Even ourselves, we need home. Everyone wants a home. Home is not that homestead or a family house where you stay. Home is a holistic place where you feel fine, you feel happy, you feel well, you have well-being. That is home. And home is interconnection of us as big one home of humanity wherever we are. As the chief of home teaches us that is not about individualism.
Dear friends around the world, you probably could get a sense what an extraordinary moment we lived with Makatsi Mfateleni in Venderland, who is the founder of, just to repeat it, Zomo Lamupo, which would loosely translate into the voice of life. This is a woman who is a true defender of life, a defender of nature, of the earth, and who started an initiative with hundreds of members working together for the restoration of our Mother Earth and for ecological economic practices against all odds, standing up for this fight. We are proud that Zomo Lamupo is one of our latest Homes for Humanity that joined the Home for Humanity family. And you probably noticed witnessing Makatsi Mafateleni sitting in her homestead around the cooking and fire area and wearing the Home for Humanity t-shirt with healing patterns from Africa. This was an extraordinary moment of profound connection. And again, thank you to Rutendo Ngara, also our Earth Ambassador, to open this space. You probably can sense how difficult and complex it is also to enter such sacred, such profound spaces, these deep spaces of indigenous knowledge. But we were invited in. We developed a relationship of trust. And there familyhood, of home, of sharing the home. We stayed with Makatsi for a couple of days, and it was an extraordinary experience. And she will become an active, and they are already a member of the Home for Humanity family. And with this, we want to take you to another kind of out of the world moment, which we spent yesterday, again, co-convened and convened by the Ancient Wisdom Africa organization, the organization founded by Rutendo and others, who brought us into an extraordinary place near Pretoria on a mountain overlooking the town of Mamelodi. And this mountain that you are soon going to see, this mountain was in apartheid times a time of oppression, of murder, of rape. It became a dumping place for rubbish. And a man from this community, Mamelodi, a traditional healer, Dr. Sebizo Ntate, how he's called Father Mabena, later joined by his wife, Mama Mabena, took it on himself and on themselves to clean this mountain, to follow a call of the ancestors to take care of this piece of nature, which till then has become not only a serene place, a sacred eco-heritage place, but it has grown into a place where African medicinal plants are groomed and grown and shared, a harbor of indigenous wisdom, and the organization called Motong African Heritage. And we learned that Motong means humanity. So Motong African Heritage has joined yesterday the Home for Humanity family. And we want to give you a flavor of the incredible wisdom that is embedded, incarnated in Ntate Mabena, and share a little video with you on the very mountain at the African sunset yesterday evening, overlooking the township of the town of Mamelodi.
Thank you for this opportunity again. I think by asking me this question, how can we start, to rebuild and, heal the nation, especially our nature and the environment? I think we have started already. Your footprint for yourself, your husband to be here, your footprint are healing. Your handprints are a healer thyself. So to be here is actually, to me, is like, I'm now beginning to be young. And because I will never see myself that I've done so great thing. It's only you when you tell me that, wow, Mabena, you did such a great thing. I'm trying to say there are people, I'm not representing myself here in South Africa. I think I'm trying to, the hard work that I did for so many years, 23 years, I'm representing those globally, those people like myself who never had an opportunity to get an exposure. And I appeal to their governments to unearth those people. There are people who cannot read and write, and there are people who cannot even talk, express themselves, but their expression is through the action. And that is why I believe in action. I don't talk too much, but I believe in action. But I really appeal to those people, those governments who are having talented, hard-working people, but who never get an exposure like them, to unearth. I know I've got brothers in France, I've got brothers in China, I've got brothers all over global, indigenous knowledge practitioners, doers, hard-working people, a person who can plant 1,000 trees in a forest, just to acknowledge that forest. Because we know, I'm standing on top of the mountain that it was once a dumping, it was once a criminal haven. Oh my God, the job that I did, it was just like, at that time I started, it was just like these mountains were calling on me. When I look at this mountain, as a young man, I used to come and play around here, hide and seek. But every time I grew up, I saw this place getting out of control, become a criminal haven, become a dumping site. I said, no, I raised my hands. I said, no, not in my name. It is an African. It is inhuman to ignore such a beautiful. Other people have no mountains, but they have caves. Other people don't have caves, but they have mountains. And other people, they don't have mountains, they have oceans. Others have forests. Now, these places to me are a very sacred place. These places to me are a very important place in humans' life. So When we talk about climate change, we must talk about the humanity and the environment and the humanity. Because I, as an African, when I talk about the plant, I'm not talking about the plant that is only bearing fruit. And I'm talking about the plant that is my totem. And I'm talking about the plant. To me, it's a mirror where I see myself. When I talk about the plant, to me, that plant, it's a glass, it's a see-through glass. So that's why today I've been working on this project that you see for 23 years unpaid. And why? Is because I was saving this flora and fauna that are right on top of the mountain. When I climb these mountains, don't worry about the people greeting me. Worry about the trees that salute me. Who said in Tatemabena, these birds that we heard before, they're not just birds that are singing, they're singing for me because they know that today you are back, even those they are calling those birds who migrated. They call other birds to come, and now come back home. And Mabena has done the best. And this is what I can say all my brothers and sisters who are trying to do the best for saving the earth, please, let's come together. Let's know each other. Let's talk to each other. Let's expose to each other. Let us make our countries be proud that we are there. Remember, we can't talk about indigenous knowledge practice now without nothing about me without me. Even these birds were able to talk. They were going to tell, even these trees, if they were able to talk, they were going to talk. Don't talk about me without me. Now I'm beginning to learn the language that is spoken by the trees and the birds and the flora and fauna. I thank you. Brothers globally, keep the big job, the great job that you are doing wherever you are in your respective country. Governments support these indigenous knowledge holders who never had actually an opportunity like myself. At least my government in South Africa, like Department of Science and Technology, Department of Environment, they are trying their level best to help me. And I salute my government for actually contributing in what I'm doing. I know that the door one day shall be open and I'll walk tall like Mandela, and who said, I've saved my country. Remember Mandela once said, it's time, let us throw those guns away and let's reconstruct and redevelop our country. I'm the one who's doing exactly the calling of the late Rolihlahla Mandela. I thank you.
Dear Rutendo, I'm just going to call on you for a moment just to help us digest, integrate, honor this extraordinary wisdom of Ntate Mabena, Dr. Mabena, and the experience that you afforded us at Mothong African Heritage, which is a keystone of the Ancient Wisdom, Africa and Ancient Wisdom Foundation. It was such an honor to honor his life's work, his dedication, and this Mothong African Heritage Site as a home for humanity, just as it was such an honor to honor the life work of Makati Fataleni and Zumola Mupo as an exemplary home for humanity. And right behind us, you see the traditional cloth of Makati Fataleni, of the Venda people, and the cloth honoring us that was offered to us by Ntate and Mama Mabena yesterday. So just a moment of reflection from you before we move from those two homes of ancestral ancient wisdom to honor the home sitting right next to us of social innovation, of community renewal, that is Makers Valley. So dear Rutendo.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rama. I think certainly with both Ntate Mabena at Mothong and his wife, as well as Makati Pateleni in Venda, the hope was for the One Home journey to plant itself and to plant its roots into the ancient wisdom of the land, here from this cradle of life and cradle of humanity. And these two are incredible stewards of the land and of the waters and of the forests, incredible stewards of transformation. With Ntate Mabena, the extraordinary story of Ntate Mabena, which might not have come through in its profundity, is that he has managed to transform a killing ground with the most terrible atrocities of humanity were conducted during apartheid and in the immediate post-apartheid period into a sanctuary. And I'm sure you felt the difference as we drove into the mountain, how it's this place of absolute serenity. And so he, through his hard sweat, blood, and tears, every single rock that he lifted to create this sanctuary and to restore its original nature of the mountain as a place of sanctuary, as a place of divinity, as a place of sacredness, as a place of healing. He has shown that transformation from the ravages and the conflict that is inherent in the worst atrocities of humanity is possible through how he was able to restore the mountain back to being a home. And this is the kind of work also that Mpateleni is doing in Venda, whether it is defending the forests, the sacred forests from the atrocities of capitalist mining that are taking place, or senseless tourism, that is taking place, that is removing the lifeblood or the sacredness or the acupoints of the country and of the planet in order for very short-sighted gains that do not take into consideration the 7 generations that I know the One Home Journey and Home for Humanity is looking for. So yeah, that was why we went to these places deep in the heart of Venda, and also on the mountain in an urban area which has been transformed back into its sacredness. So there is hope even in the destructions that are present in the crisis we have today.
Thank you, our dear sister Rutendo, for taking us deeper into the extraordinary world that has been created by Mutong, African heritage. And from these 2 cases and New Homes for Humanity, for if you want eco-cultural renewal and restoration, we are now entering the urban space of Johannesburg. And right back in where we are sitting here at Makers Valley, which is a beehive of social and cultural enterprise here in the neighborhood, the community of Bertram's, in the middle of Johannesburg. And we had some extraordinary time here. We are going to let our co-CEO Hector Mbiga share about Makers Valley, and we are proud and happy that for this auspicious moment that is now going to happen and that you are all on a global scale are going to witness, we also have one of the board members of Makers Valley with us. His name is Siyabonga Dlanglamandla, and for those who know Zulu, Siyabonga means thank you. So we are grateful for your presence here. And
we are sorry that Noluthando, the co-CEO, so really to show that they are this innovative hub for future building. It's a new practice that there are 2 dynamic, young, highly accomplished, highly creative co-CEOs, one being Hector and the other being Noluthando, who is a woman. So really having this gender balance and the youth and dynamism which we have experienced here ever since we entered the gates for the first time last Sunday, a week ago. So it feels like many years, but it's been a week ago. And as soon as we entered, even before we entered here, you were out there. So it's great that this journey comes here. Many exciting things we've done here this week. Should we start first with the award and then hear about it?
Absolutely.
Or the other way around?
Yes, we would like all of us to participate and welcome Makers Valley into the Homes for Humanity family as we acknowledge, as we award them today as an extraordinary showcase for what it means to be a home for humanity. This place has been a fountain and source for urban renewal. He has an entire community of over 60,000 people that Makers Valley is serving and giving new hope in the renewal and of this organization. And this is a moment, dear friends, where officially we are handing over the award for Makers Valley as a home for humanity.
So in the name of all the founders of Makers Valley, in the name of all the active participants, members, but most especially because we know that is your greatest wish, in the name of every one of the community members, from the smallest children to the elders, we are really honored that Makers Valley becomes a home for humanity.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
With that, please, we would love, yes, let's stay right there. Please do come into the picture fully.
You're actually part of a little picture moment that we are taking right now, right here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
If I can just quickly say a few words
Go
before I
ahead.
just
Yes.
leave the room.
Please.
I think this is so much amazing. As much as we're so appreciating any awards that come to this space because of so much work that the beautiful women and men that are actually working so hard to put this space into this magnitude or this level of standard from to reach out to where you guys whatever the parts of the world where you guys connected to actually recognize us from where we are within such a small community of Makers Valley, where we only just think we're just only doing some small bits connecting with one another, friends, family, and people that are just our neighbors, etc. Not knowing also that from wherever we within where we are, we just also a microcosm of Africa and also all the world, because the people that we have, our neighbors, they're from all over diverse countries of the world and different religions, different beliefs, and etc. But we're so excited to receive this magnitude of a home of humanity and to be the host of humanity. And we also just gonna so much thank our co-CEO Hector and Lutando for so much work that I've been doing, because and for Hector, we actually started this journey together, and then now he happens to actually just to take a lead in actually just driving this organization to a different route, which we so much appreciate for me and the rest of our co-founders and the rest of the board, because we also actually expanded from now on. But so we're so much excited to have you guys, to host you guys, and we're also so much excited to receive this award. And I believe the rest of my colleagues, we don't actually take any recognition very lightly in this community, because from wherever I come from, you guys from such a distinguished areas where you guys coming from, and the members that are actually just here to witness this actually amazing, extraordinary humanity, and it means so much for this organization and this community, because as we stand here, we just don't just represent ourselves, but represent the diverse community that we actually serve in these smaller spaces, whether it could be just connecting them to the world. And Hector is also co-facilitating the portal. It's called the portal, which is it's also in a bigger global scale that actually just connect the world in so much laughter and so much conversation that actually hosting on that space. So we so much appreciate this invitation and also appreciate this recognition, and we hope that this will be a start of recognizing the rest of South Africa in general. We so much appreciate it. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. And
Thank you, guys.
truly, and this is the beginning of a long 7-year generation, but much more than 7 years, 7 generations.
I'm looking forward to be involved myself, and see as you guys take this journey. I know that you had an interaction with a different of women in this community, and then take them through your experiences and see how you guys have been to be part of this amazing journey. And we're looking forward hearing more from Hector and Nolu from how you guys have experienced and how they actually experience each other. And we so much thank you for the rest of the audience that have been part of this magnitude of us being recognized today. Namaste.
Dear Bonga, we thank you for your presence today. And we are looking forward now to co-creating in this planetary space of the Home for Humanity movement together. And we are looking much forward to hear maybe a little bit from our dear Hector, who himself is also an artist and a cultural creator, to share what is Makers Valley about and what does it mean for Makers Valley to be a home for humanity.
Yeah. Greetings to the audience across the world. As you guys have heard, my name is Hector and I'm representing the Makers Valley core CEO. I apologize on my colleagues' behalf. Nolutando couldn't join us. But yeah, it's such an honor to be in your guys' presence, to be acknowledged. And the story of Makers Valley is really, how do I say, it's beautiful, it's fascinating and very inspiring, even if I say so myself. So I used to work in retail, and then there was a lot of social issues within the community of Johannesburg, in the Bedtime community where I grew up. And, you know, we just mobilized as change makers to kind of tackle our own issues and not wait for the government, not wait for anybody else, but we just created authentic relationships where we came together with the community. We had a theory of change workshop where we came up with the name Makers Valley Partnership. And then we were brainstorming, how do we create a well-being economy? How do we design a good life for everybody in the community? And that took a lot of dialogue sessions in the community, and that took a lot of collaboration. So that's why we have partnership in the name, because we can't do it by ourselves. And we appreciate to be acknowledged by Home of Humanity to expand the partnership to a global scale and really be ambassadors for change for the world. And then what we do is essentially putting the people and the planet first before profit. So everything that we do, starting with the little kids, with the programs, with the ECD centers and after school programs, and all the initiatives around waste management, security, and job creation, we center humanity in our collaboration at the heart. So we are the heart of social and creative enterprises, and we're driving change within the urban East community in South Africa. And it's such an honor to be connected here to Home of Humanity and be acknowledged. I believe the work we do, our mentor, Tobile Chittenden, likes to say the work we do is a thankless job. So this acknowledgement is really, really huge because it shows and affirms that we're on the right direction and the work that we're doing is impacting a lot of people, and it's also recognized and aligns with other change makers around the world that want to connect, and we can become the home of humanity here in the city of Johannesburg and really just be ambassadors for change and pioneering global change alongside everybody else in the network. It's such an honor, and I'll cut it right there. Thank you very much.
Well said, brother.
Thank you very much, dear Hector, for this beautiful introduction to Makers Valley. And you can feel, friends, around the world, these are weavers. These are weavers and restorers of the social fabric. That's what we are all together on a planetary level. But Makers Valley, I would say, is an extraordinary showcase for bringing a very diverse range of cultural, social enterprises together in order to jointly serve and restore the community and to go beyond. And the weaving is also interesting. You mentioned Tobile Chittenden, your mentor. Tobile is actually I think the founding CEO of Makers Valley. She's now the global lead of the Wellbeing Economy for All, which is a partner organization of the One Home Journey. So you can see.
And you might remember that it was Tobile who, sorry, I just have to say that Tobile was the one who greeted us with a South African flag when we landed in South Africa, direct from the arms, you could say, of our friends, including Jean Fabre, the co-president of the Home for Humanity Family Association in Geneva, when we did our peace walk from Geneva, the United Nations, the Gandhi statue, to the airport, and boarded our plane there, connecting with our friends, including our co-chair, Youssef Mahmoud, and our Earth ambassadors who were at the UN Summit for the Future, awaiting its start on the 22nd. So from International Peace Day, when we landed in South Africa, it was Tobile who was there with the South African flag, to greet us in the cradle of humanity. So she was the one who really introduced us to Makers Valley.
Yes.
She remains, of course, deeply connected with this community and is still active in the Social Justice Center just across the street that she and her husband Simon have started. So it's a beautiful continuation, beautiful to see how the partnerships are really, really supporting this journey from Thobile and we all to Rutendo Nagara and Lita Bui, who had organized the hosting the first ceremony in Soweto, the blessing and the welcome with Indigenous elders, with all of the other things we have shared, which were organized and convened, not really organized, but really convened and hosted by Ancient Africa Wisdom. And we have on our call, Alexandra Wandel from the World Future Council, another very important partner organization. And we had just met with Professor Nakata Murungi, who is the director of the Human Rights Center of University of Pretoria, as part of the exceptional meetings we've had during this week in South Africa. Professor Murungi being also a World Future Counselor, very active on children's rights and rights of disabilities. So with that...
And Rama, I just see that also Christina Taranika from Zimbabwe sent in a little comment on the chat. Please, everyone, use the chat intensely.
Yes,
but just to share that yesterday, Tate Mabena and Mama Mabena received the organic honey from the Integral Komusha. Today we are going to eat baobab actually candies made by the Integral Komusha, which will be handed over to Makers Valley, which is also, by the way, full of kids, of young people actively engaging here. And we will give you a taste, not of the sweets, but a taste of the youngsters actually who are actively participating here in building the future. And Rama, maybe you want to share a little bit about that. Huh?
I will do that in a second. But just, since you raised this and we are talking about, you mentioned how Makers Valley is also seeking to contribute to an economy of well-being. And Thobile moved on from her role to become the coordinator of the Wellbeing Economy Alliance. And you know that the whole One Home journey is based on this gifting economy, the gifting culture, which underpins everything. And a part of it is we have this beautiful bag. We didn't bring it here today, we're sorry, which has become our Earth Family gifting bag. So from One Home for Humanity, we get a few wonderful gifts of what's made in the community, and then it travels to the next Home for Humanity. So dear Christina Moyo and Daud Shumba, you may know that in addition, Makatsi Fateleni and her son Ndima also received gifts from the Integral Komusha in Zimbabwe. So did Rutendo, who has a soft spot for honey. So she also got some honey. So your gifts are traveling with us. And then from here, we've taken a few gifts from the Makers Valley Sunday Market, and from the children who we visited and who you will just experience, which will travel with us to Lesotho. And you're going to meet in a few minutes our country guides and friends who will be joining us and traveling to Lesotho, the next destination with us. But as Alexander asked, Makers Valley, I mean, it's been so exciting since last Sunday to see the way Hector, as a real co-CEO, is around, connecting us with everyone here, organizing and convening so that all the key initiatives of the One Home journey can be hosted and can come to fruition right here. So if you would like to enjoy a little taste, even sweeter perhaps than the baobab sweets, if that's possible to imagine, of the experience of the first Women for the Earth workshop that took place right here in Makers Valley in the Changemakers studio, as well as the interactions we had on the 7 years for 7 generations, the 7-year-old children's dreams for 7 generations, which we are doing particularly in close partnership with World Future Council because of our joint commitment to the rights of future generations. And I should mention not just Alexandra Wandel, but the chair of our supervisory board, Franz Theo Gottwald, is also with us on this call, Professor Gottwald. So enjoy this little snippet which we prepared for you just this afternoon. And we asked Chris to share the last video you received just as we were jumping into the vehicle to come here. We managed to upload the snippet of the extraordinary experiences that spanned 2 days here at Makers Valley.
and which showcase also two organizations in this video, Chris, just before you hit the button, which work particularly with children. One is Timbuktu in the Valley, and one is Safe Studies. So enjoy this little flavor. Yellow.
Hi everybody, my name is Gloria. How are you? My name is Sanele.
See you next time.
My name is Efia. Here I draw a bean.
So let your impressions, your reflections flow through the chat before we later open up, of course, the mic. You know, so much, you get a first understanding what has happened in this week in South Africa. And there's still actually nuggets to be shared in the weeks to come. In the following week, for example, just tomorrow, we are going to Kliptown Youth Program, Kliptown being an early residence in Soweto. And this is an extraordinary youth program, which for today we cannot yet put into video. This will follow later. But we do have actually, with some luck, actually, one of the co-founders, Sipho Ndlandla, on the call, and Christina Scott. And perhaps we could hear you briefly giving us a first taste of what awaits us tomorrow in Kliptown, through the Kliptown Youth Program, an internationally renowned and awarded organization for its innovative work with bringing youth out of disaster situations into the economy. And let's see if we have Christina. We have here.
And I think Sipho, I'm just looking for you. If you just unmute and put on your video, I will just spotlight you. But Christina, the floor is already yours. If you have a little extra light, that would be fantastic, but go for it.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. This is an amazing opportunity. Unfortunately, Sipho couldn't join us for the call because of some work duties responsibility. Since everyone on the team, Tulani, Nene, and Tando, they're at Hong Kong. So KYP is left with me and Sipho. Sipho had to do other things, taking the kids back to school and all those things. So I'm the only one who is here. I'm so honored to get this opportunity to chat with you. We are looking forward to host you tomorrow. Everyone is excited. We have spoke with our team. Our team is ready for you. Everyone is ready. So we have like a very, 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 we will have a very wonderful day with you tomorrow. For now, I cannot say much. You will see everything.
Christina, do share with people. We will make a beautiful video tomorrow, but give people a little feeling of this extraordinary story, which is Kliptown Youth Program, KYP, known by everyone. Anywhere we go, people say, are you going to Kliptown Youth Program? And we say very proudly, yes. And Alexander, you've known them and collaborated with them for over 10 years. So
indeed, and Christina, don't miss out to share a bit about the Gambu dance.
Which is happening right now in Thailand.
All right. Okay. Kliptown Youth Program.
A minute or two.
Okay. Thank you so much. I will just share a little bit brief about KYP. Kliptown Youth Program is an organization that is based at Kliptown, which Kliptown is a disadvantaged place. We have started the organization in 2007. I'm one of the co-founders with Tulani, Tando, Sipho, and the other people. So we started this program to make a difference in our community, because most of us were born and raised at Kliptown. We knew and understood the challenges of being raised and grew up in a community where we don't have facilities like schools around the communities, clinics. We didn't have proper electricity and all those things. So we knew and understood all those challenges that we were facing. So we started this program 2007. We wanted to make a change and difference in our community. We wanted to provide opportunities for the young kids and the youth to get both better opportunities. So we have different programs in our organization. We have educational program, which is our main focus. We've hired professional tutors that are assisting our children. We are an after-school program. We are paying those professional tutors and volunteers tutors to assist the children in our organization with homeworks and other challenges that they are experiencing at school. We also have an performing arts, as Alexandra has mentioned. And through our performing arts, it is where we have get most of the exposure. We've traveled around the world through our performing arts. As you can hear now, that's my director, Tulani Madondo Tando, the co-founders, and Nene, and the kids in our program. They have traveled to Hong Kong right now, of which it is something that is happening almost every year. We have traveled to China, Hong Kong, United States, to Germany, to France through our performing arts. That's where we gain more exposure. We also have a vocational program. Our vocational program, it is a program where we make sure that we assist the youth with universities, learnership, job readiness. We have helped the kids, the youth after matric to get exit opportunities. Others, we have graduates through our program. We have people who are permanently employed who are making a difference in their homes and families. We are serving plus minus 1,400 children on daily basis. We also have a food program. Before our after school program starts, we serve 2 meals a day. We serve breakfast and lunch. We also provide school uniform for the kids in our program, because at South Africa, all the children, when they go to school, they have to wear their basic school uniform. We buy full school uniform for the kids from grade 1 to grade 12 every year. We also pay school fees to the schools that they require school fees. We also help our grade 12 who completed grade 12 with driver's licenses, because at South Africa, you need to have a driver's license in order for you to be able to get job opportunities. We also have a exchange program where we connect with different countries through online programs where we exchange our cultural exchange knowledge and everything, so that our kids and children, they can be exposed to technology. We have a computer literacy program where we make sure that all the community members in our communities, they get an opportunity to learn computer classes. We issue them a certificate, because in our community it is very, very challenging when you don't have computer literacy skill. It's hard for you to get job opportunities and stuff. We also started new programs where they benefit communities, because as we've mentioned that we are in disadvantaged community. We don't have much, they don't have much skills and everything. We now starting to assist the community to register through social grant. We avail our internet computers. We are assisting the community to register for SRD. We assist our community to apply the online if they want to make IT applications.
Christina,
if they want to make online registrations, because
Christina,
we also
that's
assist.
incredible. Oh,
Thank you so much.
this is unbelievable what is happening.
Actually, the list is endless, but you will know more.
I got a
about it.
sense.
Deserves a
It
real
got a
hand.
sense. So an applause from all of us.
And we
for
will
what's
share an
happening.
extraordinary video of
of Cliptown Youth
Cliptown.
Program very soon, but I think everyone got a first flavor. And Hector, I was actually thinking there might be even possibilities for co-creation between
Yes.
Cliptown Youth
Oh,
Program
Absolutely.
and Hector's Valley. So we are continuing the
Hector's
weaving.
Valley, it's become.
Yeah, has become Hector's Valley now. And you see the weaving is continuing, and we want to give you a tiny flavor before we open the mic already what's going to happen in this campus.
Okay. Alexandra and Rama and everyone. I forgot my charger at the office. My laptop battery might die soon. So if it happens that I leave the meeting before, can I please be excused? Because I can see how the
Given
battery
gifted us with this exuberant, unending list of what, starting from such a small base, all the things that you've been doing. The one word we really want to say in honoring what's happened already in South Africa, the few other things which will be happening in the next days before we leave South Africa, key among them being Cliptown Youth Program being honored as a home for humanity. This is living proof. As Rutendo said while introducing the homes for humanity that were honored, started by the indigenous elders in the Venda lands and here in Mothong, now seeing what's happening in two of the, every Uber or transport we took here said, oh, you're going to Bertram's. Oh, people don't like to go there. And it's there that members of the community said, we will work for our community. And many of these initiatives started during COVID, when people were just stranded, children were stranded, people had no jobs, no way to survive. And it was a community supporting each other. And these young people are saying, we are here for our community. So this is what we really want to show, that everywhere what we are so touched with is seeing Ubuntu as a living force in motion amongst the elders, amongst the youth, like Hector and Ulutando and Thobile, and in the children. The smallest of children that we have met are just thriving and sparkling with the lived Ubuntu, which is about ensuring that all human beings, but all of life thrives, that the Mupo, this force of life, is alive. And in that spirit, we want to share in just a moment, very briefly, what's going to happen next, the next border we are going to cross together. And it's going to be very, very special because we're going to cross it together with a few of the people who are here with us in South Africa. And thereafter, we want to have a conversation with all of us to share what has come out. There are so many partners, Homes for Humanity, members of the community, and newcomers on this call. And then for those who will wait, we will have a beautiful message and a song, a dream, a wish for our future by our beloved Pops Mohammed, our earth artist, who was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award in South Africa last year. He was with us all day, greeting us on the 22nd of September when we first passed through Soweto. He was with us all day yesterday in Mothong, from the morning till late night. I think, Rutendo, we left at 9 p.m. Last night from the celebration there and the honoring of the Mothong African heritage. So what is going to happen in a few days?
Yes, in a few days, we are on our way to the mountain kingdom, Lesotho. And we are going together with Rutendo, who is going to guide us into Lesotho. And we have the honor to have an artist with us, close friend,
whose mother is from Lesotho.
Yeah, and we have an artist from Soweto with us, who is originally from Lesotho and is taking us also into his homeland, Mpo Leoteng. And in addition, we have a wonderful lady, a new friend of ours, who is a pioneer in organic business, in organic agriculture from Lesotho.
And organic conscious Ubuntu food, which we have been enjoying since last Sunday. It has become our staple. Thank you, Matsepiso.
So you see here already Matsepiso, whose name means the mother of promise. So we don't promise too much, but we want to once open the mic to Amelia, who will be our host in Lesotho and who is already today with us. Amelia, can you hear us and can we see us for a moment, for a minute?
Another young woman who is giving back to the community, working with youth, the founder of Holo which is Heal Our Land. Dear Amelia, our new home, which we will be staying with in Lesotho.
Amelia, the floor is yours. If you just share a minute with us, give us a flavor of what we're expecting in Lesotho. You
So,
are.
hi Alexandra, hi Rama, hi everyone. It's a great pleasure to really be here sharing everything with you. I've heard and I've seen amazing things. I'm blown away. So, I am just eagerly waiting for my guests. And next week is going to be a very busy week, like very busy. The first day of their arrival, it will be, of course, introduction to the Royal House office.
Okay.
It looks like we are losing the connection. Well, you got a flavor, dear friend. We don't want to share more at this stage, so we are keeping the suspense high. Rather, we want to open the floor to hear some of the voices from around the world. We also noticed that and want to honor the presence of Chief Nevu from Vanderland, who has joined us on screen. Let's open the mic, and any voices, any reflections, any input from our global community. Let's take a couple of minutes to share.
We had hoped to have a breakout group so that you could meet with each other, but we're conscious of the time and we want to kind of stay in this very potent space all together as one family. So if you will excuse us for making that decision, if you're able to turn on your videos, please do so we can see each other. And we would just love to, I think maybe I jump straight to you. Would it be Alexandra first or Andrea and Franz Theo? Please do come in, and it would be lovely, Christina, to hear how you feel seeing the next Earth Week. And Tanisha, we know you have some artwork going for us. We're just going to keep
gone.
Amelia, okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I think it was just the instability of the network. So yes, at the plateau, and I'll just try to be very brief. So just to give them a feel of what it is like to be in Lesotho, to see the reality of Lesotho, living in those rural places, how they cook, how they live, their means of transport, so that when they come back from Lesotho, they're like, yes, really, Lesotho is not Johannesburg. Lesotho is not like, it's really a unique place. The lifestyle, it's so different. So yes, this is the purpose behind the whole thing. So they'll have a group of women for workshop, and then later on it will be young people. All this will be happening at the plateau. It's going to be so extremely good. I was talking to the counselor even today, and he's like, this has to happen. I'm coming to you tomorrow. We need to plan. How can we make it great? How can we make it unforgettable? So they'll be welcoming them with some of our traditional activities. I don't want to say them because it's a surprise. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but everything is very much well organized. We want them, when they will be asked which first country in Africa do you want to revisit, they must be like, Lesotho. So yeah, this is what we have prepared. So then on Friday, they'll be visiting one school, and the preparations are ongoing. People are just so busy here preparing, and they're going all out. That's why there'll be meeting 7-year-olds to interact with them. And then we are also planning to have maybe a presentation at the church. And so the school is at Makening. Makening is one of our historical places. That's possibly the royalty might be shifted to. But I must also mention that where I live is very, very close to the royal place. For me to arrive at the royal offices, which is also very near to where the king of Lesotho lives. I walk maybe around 30, it's a 13 minutes walk. So maybe driving a car is something like 5 minutes drive. So yeah,
Thank
they are
you, Amelia.
safe. They are
Yes,
near
it's
the
true.
royal house.
Amelia,
So I
shall we
beg your
keep a
pardon?
couple of surprises? Shall we keep a couple of surprises for
For next
next
Saturday.
week?
Oh yes, yes,
And
yes. So yes, so I'm Amelia. Yeah.
Amelia,
let me
it was so lovely to feel the welcome you're preparing for us. And this is truly such a gift that you're offering to the One Home journey and to the next 7 generations. So we really thank you for sharing this with so much love, so much hospitality, so much enthusiasm, and we are so grateful. And so everyone, please don't just join next week to experience Amelia and her young members, the kids of Holo, but bring all your friends and circles to experience this unique kingdom with Amelia, with Matsipiso, with Po, with Rutendo, and all the other friends in Lesotho.
Amelia Senekane from Lesotho, thank you so much. We can't wait. And also thank you, and for everyone to know, Amelia invited us to stay at her home.
Which is in a school.
In a school
being
where she lives
renovated.
with her 11-year-old daughter. So we're traveling home to home. And we can't wait to come to Lesotho. Let's open the screen for a moment. A couple of voices from around the world. Alexandra, you were already prompted. Would you want to come in for a moment, or?
Yes, sure. I'm so happy to see all of you and how exciting to see what is happening in South Africa. We were, of course, very thrilled also that it was possible that Rama and Alexander also met our counselor, Natka Murungi, who is a child rights expert in Africa. Such an important topic to place the issue of the rights of children at the start of this Home for Humanity. And I saw the pictures of your visit of the prison cell of Nelson Mandela. How impressive, and also to see the beautiful pictures now from the dreams for the coming 7 generations. We are so happy to be part of it. So we are really very, very thrilled. We congratulate everyone engaged in being so active and contributing in such a positive way to the Home for Humanity. And we are very much looking forward to the next step and the next journey. Yes.
Okay, let's ask Andrea and Franz Theo, do you have a word to share?
Yes, first of all, I want to say hello, and I'm so happy to see you, following since a couple of weeks. And dear all friends who are with their footprint and their handprint healing. This really touched me, these words. And for me, following you and traveling with you, and Rama and Alexander know us two are meditating every day at 7 and are connecting with you. For me, this is a bath in inspiration, in hope, in optimism, and in human agency. So thank you very much.
Thank you, dear.
Almost everything's said. So just many thanks for weaving ancient wisdom, arts, social activism, all on the lines of well-being for One Earth Home. So I'm really deeply impressed how all our colleagues working on the basic needs issues down there, from our perspective in South Africa and Zimbabwe and coming Lesotho. So co-creating more organic lifestyle. I love this integration of organic food you just mentioned at the very end of, yeah, so it's all resonating with me, and I'm looking forward to participate the next steps. Safe journey.
Thank you.
Thank you, Francio.
Jean Fabre, would you like to say a very quick word of wisdom as always? So good to be with you again after our takeoff and our last hug at the security gate. Okay, we'll wait for that.
I wonder whether our dear friend Dowd
and Christina.
Dowd and
we
Christina
love you.
Taranike, just to get a feeling from how the journey you left us from Zimbabwe, guided us into South Africa. Any thoughts in reflection in how the movement is building up?
Sure. Thank you very much, and greetings to everyone, all our friends all over the world. It's such an incredible experience just to see how things are evolving for this one home journey. Alexander and Rama, is such a joy to see that you're connecting with the Ubuntu philosophy and Ubuntu spirit of life in different cultures, but one thread running throughout the African indigenous way of living. This is so, so inspiring. And thank you to our South African colleagues and to all the healers, Makadzi, and those who are going to be hosting you tomorrow, Christina, in your absentia, and also in Lesotho. What a wonderful opportunity that you're giving the Home for Humanity on this special journey, and it does so good for us as we connect with one home journey and one earth family. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Dr. said it all. We are together on this journey, and we are together as you travel. And like Dr. said, thank you so much for receiving our dear Rama and Alexandra. And we just wish them well, and may the desires of their heart be granted while we are on this journey together.
Thank you. Dear Yusuf, I think the moment may have come for you to share your feedback, your insights. Yes, wonderful. Thank you for doing so. This is very intergenerational.
What a journey. What a journey. Thank you so much. It's so inspiring, so inspiring. I think Andrea, Theo, and Dawood have said it beautifully. I just have two brief sentences. One is all these wonderful souls that share their experience with us are healers. Number one. Number two, all of them are good ancestors. They are all thinking about their legacies for the next generation to make sure that they are not borrowing from their inheritance. And so this is so moving, and it gave us a sense of what home is. And as Dawood said, it's a different way of walking Ubuntu that is not anthropocenic. It's not just human-centric. The human being is not at the center of the story. It's just a means to a bigger holistic way of understanding each other. We are all relations. And it's the planet that is at the center, not the human beings. And that's why we're in the trouble that we are in, because we put the human beings at the center of the story and we othered everything else. So the healing and the good ancestorship. The last point is we are all time rebels. There's no separation between the past, the present, and the future. It's all together. And that's what you've all invited us to do and to be. So thank you. And we will continue to cheer you on and congratulate you for all that you're doing for all of us and for nature. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our dear Yusuf, Dr. Yusuf Mahmoud. We are all relations. We are on the Earth family call, or the Earth family is calling, Earth first, then family. And we want to move towards conclusion, but we have three gems that we would like to zoom into as we are concluding. I want to begin with our dear friend Tanisha Bana, who is an artist, who is a lawyer, and brings these worlds together. Tanisha, you have something short to share with us as the journey is unfolding.
Thank you so much, Alexander. It's been an amazing few weeks spending time with you guys in South Africa. I'm not sure if I can share some artwork while I just read a quick poem.
Yes, you should be able to share. Just give it a try.
Okay, I'm going to try now. There we are.
My favorite. This was a gift from Tanisha to me, to us in 2015. Those who've been to Home for Humanity, you've stopped in front of it and said, wow, thank you for sharing this, Tanisha. Go ahead.
Just want to see if I'm able. Yes, I am. So I'd just like to close, Rama, if I could, with just a short poem that I wrote about a time when humanity was more aware and connected to the earth, which inspired me for some of the works that I'll share with you now. It's called When Dandelions Danced. There was a time when daily pursuits and miracles aligned, and possibilities yield infinite from every surface, every face, when belief was unbound and undefined. There was a time when dandelions danced, in the sun, in the snow, in my eyes. But I walked away because we hurried along and had to go somewhere else. There was a time when autumn leaves fell on my hair and I dug worms from the silent earth. But I had to clean up and get ready to go somewhere else. Counting pods, catching leaves, I sat under the acacia tree, befriended the light beams through the branches and their shadows on the soil. Self-assured and triumphant, I later seized the possibilities. Conviction became clear and confidence cultivated victory. But when autumn returned, I looked for the acacia tree and found instead a marvelous palace, tall and cast in concrete and stone. The tree no more, but dandelion seeds swaying in the wind whispered softly while I swept the leaves.
Tanisha, thank you for this marvelous gift. The combination of your voice, your mystical lyrical words, and these images that show the divided and endangered world, and yet the possibility of dandelions, of new birth. You all know that art is central to the One Home journey, because without art, we cannot reimagine and recreate the future. All of the people, the wisdom keepers, the Homes for Humanity we feature today have shown how art is central to everything they do. So it was very important for us to end with this marvelous combination of your artwork, which has inspired us through the years, and your poem, your words. And it's been so beautiful to be greeted by you on the 22nd, to spend yesterday with you, together with Pops, who you shepherded both times back and forth. So we want, dearest friends, just for you to have such a powerful blessing from Pops Mohammed, our earth artist, and also, as I mentioned, the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award. His words really speaking into the spirit of our times, of our future. And let this be our closing meditation. Before you play this, if we could just also Rutendo again be spotlighting you, so that you know we are again expressing our gratitude to you, Rutendo, and to Ancient Wisdom Africa and Ancient Wisdom Foundation for making this such a journey into the wisdom of this extraordinary continent that is the birthplace of all of life and of all of us. And so you know that tomorrow we will be traveling with Rutendo and her colleague Lita Boy to the place that's called the birthplace of the sun in Zala, Yelango. So with that, Pops Mohammed.
Our Earth artist speaking live to us from Soweto.
1,000 years ago, how did they celebrate together the millennium? It must have been completely different. It must have been completely different because they knew what is the importance of life, of togetherness, Ubuntu, a home for humanity. So, home for humanity to me was that the message that they actually trying to get across to the world is bringing people together. Also, I think the logo should be so that we know one another. Love is in need of love today more than yesterday. You cannot love someone if you don't love yourself. And this is what I saw in Home for Humanity. I saw the love in Alexandra's eyes. I met Rama for the very first time in South Africa. Sure. And she looked at me and she said, I want to know this man. And I couldn't believe it, and my heart told me, I want to know this woman. We felt that connection. It was just immediate. And when I met Alexandra for the first time, before she could introduce me to Alexander, I said to myself, I want to know this man. And here we are, 7 years later, all sitting together in this absolutely amazing space. And I'm telling you people out there that I wish that you were here, but I know that you are with us spiritually. I know and I can feel that your spirit is here with us. And Home for Humanity has gotten so big around the world. It's not these two people anymore. It's not one. It's not the beginning. They've grown so big, the community has become big, and there's only one word that I can describe Home for Humanity, that we are all one. We are a global family, and we are one huge, big family. That's who we are. My boo, yeah. My boo, yeah. My boo, yeah. Africa. Na 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 oh. Na 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 oh 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 oh. My boo yeah. My boo yeah. Africa. Welcome to the future. Let us take a journey into the mystical past, where you shall find your future. A future of love and peace, where we will give our love and respect to the unborn babies of tomorrow. I'm talking about the Nelson Mandelas of the world, the Dalai Lama, Mahatma Gandhi, Baba Credo Motwa, Albertina Susulu, Steve Biko, Malcolm X, Maya Angelou, Mary of the Maroons. You see, they stand for what you and I could be. Stretching before me like a galaxy of stars into entities of the unknown. For you will never know where you're going to unless you know where you're coming from. You are now a child of a destiny, and I would love to welcome you to your own 21st century. A 21st century filled with love, peace, tranquility, kindness, humbleness. But I know one day when I die, I shall become a dream. I'd love to become your dream. A dream of the past, the present, and the future. One day when I die, I'd love to become a dream. I'd love to become your dream. A dream filled with beautiful mystical experiences, filled with love, peace, understanding, tranquility. Welcome to your own 21st century. Thank you.
Well, you see, we have Lita and Rutendo, the choreographers who span effortlessly ancient wisdom and extraordinary convening, coordinating, hosting, holding, tending to the future. Lita, let us just have a big hug and word from you. It's so beautiful to see you together on the screen. Thank you for what you have opened for the One Home journey and for future generations and for what is yet to follow. Just your closing blessing to the two of you.
Well, firstly, I'd like to say thank you so much. It's been such a deep privilege and honor just to, walk this journey with One Home, journey, but also just meeting Alex and the most incredible, well, we call him Richard. His new name is Richard, based upon this weekend. We gave him a name and Tate Mabena gave him that name. So that's something that he's going to carry with. So Alexandra and Rom have been absolutely incredible. And for us, it's just such a deep privilege to hold this and bring across ancient wisdom Africa and just expose them to our beautiful network of immensely powerful individuals that we've had the privilege to have mentorship under, to learn with, to grow with, to weave with, most importantly. And of course, none of this would be possible without this incredible sister by Gogo Rutendo, who we work very closely together with. She's just like a little magician. And she's like, I'm not going to say anything. You say something, Lita. That's why I brought you here. So I'm going to put her back on the spotlight because she belongs in the light of the spots.
It's just once again, just an incredible privilege to be part of the One Home journey and Home for Humanity. And we look forward to how what we've been able to serve as hosts and catalysts here in Southern Africa. They see it on as the journey moves on towards the 7 continents for 7 years, for 7 generations. Thank you.
Rita and Lita, thank you so much. It's so vital for the One Home journey to be rooted and steeped in ancient Africa, in the cradle of where we are all coming from. So we couldn't imagine better hosts, conveners, and stewards than the two of you and the organization that you together with others are co-creating and lifting up more and more. So gratitude from all of us. Gratitude here from the Makers Valley. In some shape, we are now a big Makers Valley on a planetary level, We feel blessed for this profound beginning of the One Home journey. And really, so many of you have helped lifting this journey into becoming. And now we are moving. We are moving. And after our grounding in Zimbabwe, now in South Africa, off to Lesotho, together with you, living, seeding, living, building the dream, as Pop said, of a future that is a future that is worth for each and every one of us, for each and every member of the family of life. And life was very much at the heart of this week and of the first weeks of the One Home journey. Love to everyone. Much more to come for today. Gratitude into the world from Johannesburg, from the Makers Valley. And we have our sister from Lesotho joining us here. She will greet you next week from Lesotho.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Khoto.
Khoto.
Khoto means peace.
Peace.
Khoto. Bye, Vatsanai. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Dowd and Christina. It was so good.
Thank you.
Weave the threads from Zimbabwe to South Africa.
Love you.
Thank you, Rutendo and Lita. Lita, thank you for showing up, showing your face.
And how he showed
So good.
Bye-bye.
Dad, okay. Mom and Dad, if you put on your videos, you can see dear Rutendo, Lita, Tanisha, you may remember. And of course, you know, Christina and Dowd. So do put on your videos. Our new daughter, Vatsanai.